Welcome to episode 5 of the Around the Lantern podcast. I am Grudge.
I am Puzzle Ghoul.
And I am Deer Man.
Alright, so I am starting off today. Now, we're going to be talking about some Canadian history, recent Canadian history. Do you guys know that between the period of the 1980s and 2022, Canada has been at war with Denmark?
What?
Yes, it's true. It's
I
true.
don't mean to-
Canada.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I already know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So Canada has been at war with Denmark since the 1980s.
But why though?
Oh, I'm going to tell you, bud. Between Ellesmere Island, Nunavut, and Greenland is a tiny barren island known as Hans Island. Now, this has been the site of a friendly land dispute known as the Whiskey War. So this island, measuring only half a square mile wide, has been the center of a disagreement which originally began in the 1970s. Canada and Denmark argued over their boundaries in the Arctic. The two countries agreed on an official dividing line in a treaty signed in 1973. However, they could still not compromise on Hans Island. Instead, the countries decided to stop the border at the low water mark on one side of the island and restart it again at the low water mark on the other side. So the low water mark is the lowest level reached by the sea at low tide. Now, as for the timeline of this Whiskey War, in 1983, a Greenlandic journalist met a scientist from a Canadian oil company who was studying the area to scope out effective methods of Arctic drilling. The journalist would then go on to write an article in the Greenlandic newspaper which would draw the attention of both countries. It didn't take long for Denmark's foreign minister to hop on a helicopter and visit the island. When he was there, he planted a Danish flag and left a bottle of Danish schnapps at the base of the flag. By doing this, Denmark fired the first shot of whiskey. Haha. Since then, both countries have taken time to remove the opposing liquor and plant their own bottle of whiskey while taking home what the other country left previously. The Canadian Navy would stop to drop a bottle of Canadian whiskey and plant the Canadian flag, while picking up the Danish schnapps. Now, from what I read, they do leave the opposing flag alone, but they plant a new one with their bottle. I guess it's like a respect for the other country's flag type thing. Now, on June 11th, 2022, last month as of this recording, both countries have decided to split the island in half, which put an end to the decades-long Whiskey War, which is one of the most friendly and lighthearted wars ever held over a tiny, half-square-mile-wide patch of barren land in the middle of the Arctic.
That's actually pretty funny.
That is one of my favorite bits of Canadian history. It's just so ridiculous and such a Canadian thing.
It's funny because Denmark does it back. That's the best part. It's like,
yeah.
What do they call that coding? Or it's like beep 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 beep.
Morse code.
Morse code, yeah, but it's just like have a bottle of whiskey.
Schnapps.
Yeah, literally just alcoholic freaking Morse code.
Yeah, I love it.
That's so good. Oh my god.
So it's like, from the sound of it, my source on this was National Geographic, so there were some questions I still had, which weren't answered, and it was basically, when the Navy is passing by, would they be like, oh, there's Hans Island, we have to check for the schnapps?
It'd be like a post office stop or something like that.
They show up, good, those bastards left us a bottle of schnapps, let's take it. Who's got a bottle of Crown?
What if it was missing, though? What if somebody took it? You know? They got there and, say the Canadians are coming for the schnapps, right? And it was just, missing after the first or second time. You think people would be upset?
I don't know.
I'd be
But
upset.
apparently even, civilian ships would take part in this. They would leave the flag and plant a bottle just to, keep the meme going, I guess.
Oh, my lord.
Fucking hilarious. Wow. That was a short topic.
Well, have you, Grayson, or Dear Man, have you seen the new Resident Evil Netflix show?
No, I haven't, actually. I've been meaning to watch it, but...
Zootopia porn.
Olive Garden breadsticks.
What? What's happening?
Oh, don't worry, it's canon.
To shred your resume.
We're talking about a Resident Evil Netflix show, then Zootopia porn.
Yeah.
Oh no,
What?
Grace. We are exclusively talking about Resident Evil here.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, both. Okay, that just went way over my head. I can't.
It's okay. The Olive Garden breadsticks are unlimited. In case you didn't know.
What the fuck? What the fuck are you talking about?
We're talking about Resident Evil.
How?
Fuck. Insert the bad Billie Eilish song here.
Oh my god. You know,
that
that was
part pissed me
actually
off.
my first time truly hearing like any kind of Billie Eilish song, and I was like, why do people like this?
It's just mumbling. Yeah, like it's
Yeah.
terrible. I audibly groaned when that fucking song played. I was like, ah. Like that is
Like-
hands down the. Oh yeah, sorry. So to give you context, Grayson, there is bizarre references in Resident Evil, because I feel like we just left you on the lurch with like what the fuck we were talking about.
Yeah, like I haven't the slightest. Like I'm trying to Google it right now, and there's no fucking.
Be careful Googling Resident Evil Zootopia porn.
No, I'm not. No, I was doing the breadsticks.
Breadsticks.
The breadsticks first, yeah, because I knew for sure
Yeah.
if I tried to type in Zootopia porn, I would go to fucking Rule 34 or something like that.
Grayson's like, not again.
It's, yeah, last week. Oh my god.
We've had enough Rule 34 in this podcast to last a lifetime. Considering episode 3, episode 4, and now episode 5.
Dude, that freaking Rule 34 shit came from you. That's the bizarre shit. You
know.
fucking went on it for Monster Hunter. It just came out with gold. Oh my god.
Actually, wait, Grayson, did you see the ad that Billy put on Instagram for that episode?
No.
I'm sending it to you. It's amazing.
Raw footage from Discord.
Raw footage. Okay.
Billy is just too fucking good at making ads for the podcast. By the way, anybody who's listening, go and follow Puzzle Ghoul on Instagram. You will not be disappointed.
Is it Rule 34 related? It probably
Yes.
is. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm sending it to you.
To be fair, I was like, oh shit, I forgot to advert for the new podcast. And I looked at Discord and I was like, I don't know what the fuck's happening, but I could probably use this. Pull a quote here, a horrifying image there.
Is that where that sound clip of mine came from? It's like, what the fuck am I looking at, man?
Yeah. 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 God damn it, I have to actually go to Instagram. Because I deleted it. I was like, I don't want to see this on my phone anymore.
Oh, dude. It's literally just a fucking dragon with tits on it, dude, though. Okay, yeah. I don't want to go back to this.
No, but while Josh looks that up, I was gonna say, like, I don't really have it planned for this episode because I actually have not finished it yet. Me and Alexa are sort of working together on the Netflix series, but I did want to sort of give my little 2 cents on Resident Evil Netflix on this episode. I'm on episode, I believe I'm on episode 7 next. So episode 6 I just finished up. Spoiler-free review. The pre-apocalypse bits are the best part of the show. The post-apocalypse bits I could not care for.
Understandable.
Yeah, like, I don't know, like, the thing is that it feels like a Paul Anderson film, and that's by no means, like, a bad thing. The Paul Anderson films are batshit crazy post-apocalypse, but, like, it's a Paul Anderson film, but stretched out way too long. Like, they had to make padding.
Oh, yeah.
Hence the bizarre references and licensed music. The licensed music fucking kills me. I'm just gonna say that. Like, if there's one thing I love, it's a Resident Evil OST. So hearing like half the music be just licensed crap, that pissed me off.
Yeah, after you told me that it was mostly licensed music, every time that music would start, I'd be like, oh, yeah, there it is. There it is again. Yep, here we go. Yep.
But so, like, licensed music is in, like, some fucking random pop music that movies and shows
Yeah,
all the time.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Billie Eilish actually is one of the first songs that fucking plays in the show. Like, one of the first, like, songs in general that plays. It's Billie Eilish. It pisses me off.
Yeah. You think that they would
Oh,
use like their own music that they have like in games that they've made and stuff like that? Like they should have all kinds of fucking audio assets to use to actually save them their budget in the first place.
Yeah.
well, exactly. And the thing too is like when the song is used, it's introducing us to the new town, New Raccoon City,
Mm-hmm.
and the whole thing about the town is it's very clinical. Like everything is like just it comes off as like IKEA to the extreme, to the point where there's like no decor. It's all just very flat whites and tasteless, like fucking, like it's very sterile, the environment.
Yeah.
So it would have made more sense to play some like eerie ambient theme, but no, fucking Billie Eilish is what introduces us, and it's like, really?
It's kind of
Oh.
weird that movies and TV shows are doing that now. Like a lot of, well, especially like Disney movies are a victim to that, like new ones or whatever. It's like in the credits or something like that, or there's like a remix in the first like 10 seconds of the movie. It's like some kind of like remix of, like pop music or something like that, like Billie Eilish or something like that. I kind of find
Yeah.
it annoying, in my opinion.
Well, it just gives the show less like character is all, you know?
Mhm.
Well, when I go back to the show, I'm not thinking about that awesome thing. Like Welcome to Raccoon City, as much as some people hate that hate that movie, me going back to it and watching it, and then like for example, when the zombie breaks out of the jail cell in Welcome to Raccoon City, that theme that plays when it's breaking out, it is pissed, it is violent, and it is coming right for you, claws and teeth. Like that is what the song conveys. It's not a happy song. But then like that sticks in my lizard brain, right? Like I remember that because the theme also fucking amplifies it. I'm not gonna get the same effect. Oh yeah, and that's another thing. I'm not gonna get the same effect for like example in the Netflix show. There is a sequence where it's like all this fighting and gunplay with all these zombies breaking out, right? And they have fucking jazz music,
Oh my god.
like ironically jazz music. I I was dumbfounded when it happened. I actually looked at Alexa. I was like, "What the fuck is going on right now?" And the sad thing is it was actually a really cool choreographed sequence. Like I enjoyed the fight scene, but the jazz music just it was like, what?
Yeah, it's a cool scene, but then there's just some guy in the background losing his fucking mind on a saxophone, right?
Yeah, well, I forget if it was exactly sax, but like it was, yeah, like typical jazzy type fucking music.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can
And
just
I think what
imagine
they were,
that.
well, I was gonna say, I think what they were trying to do though was they the guy that's fighting all the zombies and doing all this cool like QTE shit, like it's clearly supposed to be like his mindset, like he's a badass right now. But even then, like, why the jazz? I don't think jazz translates to badass very well, you know?
You like jazz? That's probably what it means. Look for a fucking little bee flying around.
You know what's the only like licensed song that I feel like would be cool to hear in Resident Evil?
Which one?
Rainy Day by Ice Nine Kills.
That's kind of cheating, though, isn't it?
Never heard
A
of
little
that.
bit, because that song is actually based on Resident Evil.
Well, that's what I mean. Like that'd be like cheating to an extent.
But it would still be cool, like, to hear that in a Resident Evil thing, you know?
True,
Even
true.
even if it was just like the end credits, that's probably the only good place that it would be.
Well, I mean, I was gonna say like I've heard of bands like getting commissioned to do a song for like a film, like Ghost, for example. They did Hunter's Moon for Halloween. The entire music video and the lyrics are all about Halloween, but at the same time, they sort of paid them to make that song. So
Okay, and like Korn with Silent Hill.
yeah. Oh, on an off-topic note, I did not mind that song. I know a lot of people hated Downpour for the Korn theme, but I actually did not mind that song.
I like that song too. I didn't actually fully play Downpour, but I like the song.
Yeah, Downpour's pretty cool. It's kind of like one of those rainy day mood kind of games. Every time it rains and it's
Yeah.
like really moody outside, it's like I want to pop in some Downpour. Like I have no shame in saying that Downpour is one of my favorite North American Silent Hill titles. I know a lot of people shit on that one, but holy fuck if the atmosphere was not just chef's kiss. I love rainy day atmosphere.
I have a friend who likes to shit on Silent Hill Downpour.
Shame on them. No, no,
Um,
I'm not. I won't lie
she
though. Like
she might listen to this episode, so if so, hi Jess. Hello.
I mean, to Jess's merit, like I understand why people don't like it, and it's one of those guilty pleasures, you know. It's like I enjoy it personally. Like I have complaints about the game. For starters, the monster designs are just ass. It's just some guy that got a botched like dentist fucking exam, you know. Like they're not really good. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, no, there was pros and cons with that game. I think that's why I enjoy it. It's just because it's so rough on the edges.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Well, like I don't know if you guys listen to Zero Punctuation at all, but oh wait, yeah, Josh, you do.
Of course
You
I do.
introduced me. So
Yeah.
did you see his examination of why prey is forgotten?
No, I didn't.
He basically goes over something similar, how you need those rough edges for people to remember, because if it's too well polished and smooth, people are just going to forget it. And that's sort of what he was saying. It was kind of like a backhanded compliment saying that prey was too perfect. So
Okay, that's fair.
yeah.
Um,
And
speaking of Zero Punctuation, he finally did a re-review of No Man's Sky.
I still have to touch No Man's Sky again. Last time I played it was when we played it together.
Yeah, we got to get back into it.
Yeah.
'Cause
What did
it's
Zero say though?
well, he acknowledged that they actually made it better, but there's still like some issues with the like the procedural generation. Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Like
the RNG
there's
or whatever.
yeah, like when you're doing something with procedural generation, I feel like that's not actually the term, but anyways, um, it's very difficult to do it where it doesn't start to feel samey after a while.
Well, exactly.
Yeah,
No, I mean even when the game started, it had that issue, right?
yeah, I'd have to rewatch his re-review, but he definitely had more nice things to say about it than he did when he originally reviewed it. Because when it first came out, it was garbage,
Oh,
and
he did
I
not like it.
but I'm still happy that I paid full price for the game just because of how Hello Games has actually delivered.
Mm-hmm.
They've completely changed the game from what it was at launch. It's significantly better now.
Oh, jumping back to the Resident Evil Netflix though for one quick thing. So one thing I just want to say though about Resident Evil Netflix, I understand people having issues with it. It's not a perfect show. I myself have like issues with it myself. But the one thing I cannot fucking stand in the slightest is the way the fans, like the Resident Evil fandom, I refuse to acknowledge them half the time. They're disgusting. I cannot tolerate the Resident Evil fandom half the time because they don't take criticism constructively. They will latch onto something that they know is offensive, and oh my god, will they hammer in on that? Like
Of
right now,
course.
like I'm not seeing anything positive, well, like anything constructive in the criticisms for Netflix's Resident Evil. It's just why is little warning here, but like literally, it's like why is Wesker like not white? And
What
there's
the hell?
literally, yeah, no, they're shitting on the fact that Lance Reddick is Wesker, even though he's inarguably one of the best casted actors in that show. And I haven't gotten into the reveal yet, but they allegedly do touch on why this is. So it's
Oh,
not like it doesn't go. Well, yeah, like in I
hmm.
think episode 5, like they reveal that Albert Wesker did die in Resident Evil 5.
Yeah,
So like it acknowledges it. So like I haven't gotten to the point where they reveal what happened, but it's not like they're just going, "Oh, this is Wesker."
yeah.
Yeah, like they tackle it, but the same shit happened with Raccoon City. People were shitting on Leon and Jill's casting portrayals. Like they never say anything constructive. It is always the most low ball, racist shit, if possible. Either that, or they will just say the franchise is woke and think that that's a valid argument.
Yeah, that was like even with The Witcher, people were pissed off because of who they cast as Triss.
I'm not familiar, so who do they cast?
I don't know her actual name, but hold on. But anyways, like in the game and like the books, Triss is like she's white. She's got very bright red hair. But the actress
Oh
that
yeah,
they
yeah.
cast for Triss, I believe, is black in
Oh, that
in
did
the
not end
show.
well, did it?
And of course, people were like fucking pissed off, and it's like just fucking deal with it. Like seriously, at least they didn't
Yeah.
gender bend her, you know?
No. I don't know. All I'm gonna say though is like I think people need to sit back and realize, hey, it's a fucking book slash movie slash game slash whatever the fuck. It's really not gonna affect you in like your day-to-day life.
Yeah.
Sit back, enjoy it. It's entertainment. If you don't like it, that's on you. But don't sit there, bitch, moan, cry, and dirty your diaper because someone else does. You know, and that's ultimately what I'm seeing a lot of too, because on the fandoms right now, people are saying that they enjoy the show, and that's when all the leeches come out of the woodwork and they have to shit on the person for enjoying something they don't.
Yeah,
You're not a true fan. Like,
just
really?
fucking let people enjoy things.
Yeah.
It was like,
No, like-
back in
Oh no, it's fine.
back in like when Trivium did Vengeance Falls, people were all like, "Oh, when are you gonna go back to the Shogun sound? Where's the Shogun sound?" And then Matt Hafey would respond with, "You can find the Shogun sound on the Shogun album."
Oh fuck! I wish Both for My Valentine took a similar stride, because I remember they tried something with Temper, and people got mad, and then they went back. It was like, oh,
Yeah.
that pissed me off a bit.
Bands and like just artists in general should be allowed to evolve without like the fandom or the fan base just losing their fucking minds. Like,
Yep.
like I get
But
it
don't get me
if
wrong. Like, oh, sorry.
I kind of get it for something like Bring Me the Horizon. Like they started off as deathcore, but now they're what they are now.
Well, I know Five Finger Death Punch was like hard metal, and now it's just like rock.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, honestly though, like, jumping back to Zero Punctuation, we're gonna keep referencing that guy because he's got good thoughts. But
Oh yeah.
I remember he said that once before. Like, why would you ever do anything for the fans? Because they don't know what they want. They're gonna bitch, moan, and cry whenever you try something different. But
Yeah.
then, if you keep giving them the same thing, they're just gonna complain that you're stale and irrelevant.
Exactly.
Like the amount of people I've heard in the Resident Evil fandom, like the same people that say, "Oh, this is terrible," I've actually I've pushed them. I was like, okay, what do you think would be a good title? And do you want to know what they gave me back?
What?
Shit. Cringy fanfic shit.
Oh,
I would
God.
have Chris Redfield, Jill Valentine, and Leon. They would all be together and fighting zombies. It's like, yeah, that's nothing that pushes the letter, the envelope, you know? It's the same thing. It's vanilla ice cream, but melted over your hand.
Yeah. God
yeah, like,
damn.
and not to say that there's not like a niche for that, but like, Jesus Christ, if a franchise wants to move on and like develop, you know?
Oh, you know what's also been really bad for that though?
Oh,
The Final
what?
Fantasy fandom.
Which is kind of funny because isn't that franchise like each title is a separate
Each
continuity?
Yeah, each title is its own universe, its own storyline, but they're pissed off because they're changing. The games are no longer turn-based. But
All
with
right, yeah.
today's graphics and stuff, if you kept it turn-based, it would just look fucking weird.
But don't they release a lot of like? I mean, not to say that it's a good compensation, because I will admit it's bad when people do this, but like, aren't they releasing a lot of 2D like turn-based shit on like mobile Final Fantasy?
I think so.
Yeah,
They
I mean it's
also
not. Huh?
they also just did the Pixel remaster where they basically took the original games 1 through 6 and they redid like the pixel graphics, all that stuff. They just kind of revamped it, and then the soundtrack. The soundtrack is completely upgraded. It's now like real instruments. It's not like the 8-bit or whatever.
Is there an
It's
option for 8-bit?
I don't think so.
Ah,
No,
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I mean, it's cool to hear instrumental, but yeah, just for nostalgia's sake, you know.
Oh yeah, that's fair. But I really like what they did with the Pixel remaster because the music is incredible. Final Fantasy has always had incredible soundtracks, but now like I'll be honest, I listen to some of those songs on my own time because they're just that well done.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
there's this thing that said like game OSTs are great to like listen to when you're doing something because as harsh as it sounds, like game music is background music, right? So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, no, like it's actually some of the best music to have on your day-to-day type stuff because it does not interrupt you at all.
Yeah, exactly. It's amazing. I
Yeah.
used to listen to I used to listen to the Final Fantasy soundtracks when I would be like biking, just out like exercising, like riding around on my bike. I'd be listening to Final Fantasy soundtrack.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
Uh,
It's funny how often you can actually listen to video game soundtrack and just like drive or ride a bike or something like that with it. It
Yeah.
works very well.
I just want to say this right now. As soon as you said that, like, oh, Final Fantasy while biking, I just pictured the Sephiroth theme playing, and a fucking bear starts charging after you.
Hey, I used to listen to One Winged Angel while I was on my bike. It was the Advent Children version though, because that basically turns into a metal song halfway through.
Ooh, I didn't even know that. I mean, I still got the movie kicking around here. I might just pick it up and listen to or watch it.
Yeah, go right ahead. Like, it's a good movie.
I don't know anything about Final Fantasy VII though, so I feel like I get lost. But regardless,
I'll just look it up on Wikipedia and read the synopsis.
oh, what was I gonna say? No, but jumping back to what you were saying about the fans getting mad about real time versus turn based, like. Haven't they been doing that since Final Fantasy, like on the PS2? Not 10, but I remember there was one title where they were experimenting with that, and you were free running.
That was 12.
Yeah, so like it's
Yeah.
not exactly a new concept.
Oh no, but like, and even with Final Fantasy VII Remake, it's a combination of real time and active time. So what happens is you're doing like the sort of hack and slash thing, and then you're building up a gauge. When the gauge is full, you can it pauses the game. It opens up a menu for you to pick like a special attack, and then rinse and repeat. And
Yeah.
I really liked that because it kind of combined the old style of like the menu combat with the new style of like the what's it called, active or real time, with like the action sequences, all that stuff.
Well, much like Resident Evil with its turn-based, or not turn-based, what the fuck? It's kind of like Resident Evil with its like the fixed camera angles, the tank controls and stuff. A lot of people, I mean, as much as there is an appreciation for the gameplay back in the day, people do got to realize and step back and understand, like, if the devs had the opportunity to function, like, work their game to like modern standards, do you really think they would have limited themselves to just clunky tank controls and turn-based strategy? You know, like, I feel like if the devs of Final Fantasy 1 had the opportunity to make like real-time like tactics as opposed to like turn-based, like they would fucking do it in a heartbeat.
Probably, but also I don't know, because I feel like 1 through 9 or 1 through 10 really worked with the whole turn-based thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that they didn't, but
Because I feel like part of the appeal of Final Fantasy was the element of having like strategy. Like you need to know your abilities, what they do, how they affect the enemy. Like there is actually a cheese for a boss in Final Fantasy X. The game doesn't tell you this, but if you use a Phoenix down on a certain boss, it instant kills it.
oh, isn't it because it's like undead or something?
Yeah. And then there's another one in Final Fantasy IX where it's basically this thing looks like a giant penis. But it's technically like a stone creature.
Oh, so it's rock hard, is it?
Oh yeah. Well, if you use an item on it called a soft is an item that you use to cure petrification. If you use a soft on it, you get a thing in the top of the screen that says became too soft to live, and it dies.
Oh, you realize how that sounds.
Yeah, and especially with it looking like a penis, I'm positive that that's just like a penis joke. I'm gonna find a picture of it to send, and yeah, this thing is a giant penis.
Became too soft to live, just disintegrates.
Yeah.
It feels so good.
Fuck.
It's called a stroper.
Broker.
Stroper, not stroker. Stroper.
I don't know. Let's see. Podcast.
It's got so many fucking tentacles on it.
Yep.
That is
But if-
the hentai boss battle of Final Fantasy.
It's not even a boss, it's a regular monster.
Why?
I Couldn't tell you, but yeah, if you throw soft at it, you get the message became too soft to live, and it dies.
Terrible.
Yep. It's even got like the weird mushroom head.
It's got
See,
eyes
the
on
funny thing is Silent Hill Downpour, jumping back to that title, there was DLC planned for it. Have you ever played Silent Hill Downpour?
Tiny bit, tiny
So
tiny bit.
So you know the female police officer, right? Like the one that hates Murphy.
Gotta be honest, I think it's been a little too long since I played it because I barely remember anything of it. I just remember to hide when it starts raining.
Well, I was gonna say, long story short, the story is centered around a communication between a female guard and the main character, where she thinks that he killed her father, who is also a guard. He didn't, but long story short. But no, in the DLC though, you were supposed to play as her throughout her time in Silent Hill, sort of like as a side story. What was she doing while you were out and about?
Okay.
And unfortunately, the studio got shut down, but it was all for naught because what happened. It wasn't all for naught because what happened was the comics, like IDW, I think it was, or Dark Horse, they did Silent Hill comics around that time. So what they did was, as tie-in material, they took the plot of the DLC, translated it into a graphic novel, and released it. And
Okay.
one of the bosses that was supposed to appear is literally just a giant penis in a
Oh my
wheelchair.
god.
it.
In a wheelchair.
wheelchair?
You know, I think it was a wheelchair. I'm not gonna lie. Like, here, I'd have to look back at it, but I think it was a wheelchair.
I don't know what it
But
is.
yeah, like actual giant penis. Here, I'll look up the photo right now on a.
Oh my god, I found it.
Did you find it?
No, I didn't find it. That's not what I found, but I found a thing with the stroper. I'm sorry.
Uh,
I'm typing in Silent Hill penis monster and hoping for the best.
Oh no.
it became too soft to live. Yes. Kill
Yep.
it. Oh, jeez.
See, funny enough, I'm finding a lot of Silent Hill monsters. Thankfully, no like actual penises, but I'm having a hard time finding the penis monster.
You don't remember what its actual name was?
No, not really. Like it was based around one of the characters. It didn't have like an actual name.
Watch its name be something like Johnson or something.
Terrible.
Check out my Johnson.
Oh no.
No.
I'm not putting any pictures of anybody's Johnsons in the podcast.
Yeah, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh, I know what the ladies like.
Terrible. I'm just gonna go on the wiki because I can't find this goddamn thing.
I know what the ladies like. Nicolas Cage, Pokemon. So bad.
Fucking
I don't understand why there's so fucking many of them.
well, there's an actual website called Nick Cage or Pokemon X NickCage.com.
Oh my lord.
I linked it in the description of the last episode because there wasn't like there wasn't a good way for me to put all of these into the video because like these aren't actual images, they're files. So I don't get it's weird. Like I can't actually put it in the episode. So I just linked the website because fuck it.
It's so dumb though. Like people put effort into that.
Yup. It's dumb, but it's dumb in the best way.
Yeah.
The scariest one though has to be the fucking Jigglypuff Nick Cage. The giant red eyes just staring into your soul.
Oh, that wasn't Jigglypuff. That was Igglybuff.
Oh,
I know my Pokemon.
I barely know my Pokemon.
Yeah, that was the pre-evolved form. Okay, so I'm not finding it. I'm actually pulling out my physical copy of the book to take a fucking photo of this thing. Actual dick pics for this podcast.
Oh no.
Found it. It's got like tentacles and shit.
You get the picture of the book, but there's a shadow over it.
The dick. Oh, it's got a strap on. I forgot about that.
What?
It's got a strap on.
Oh,
I'm
no.
sending photos above.
Oh, what? What? Jesus Christ. One of these days, we're gonna have an episode that is not cursed.
No such thing. That's heresy.
I'm gonna send the monstrous dick pics now.
The monstrous.
Send them compressed. Oh, they're monstrous.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
a penis. That
That's
is a
an actual penis. Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh god. Is its head a vagina?
It's Silent Hill. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh my god, Silent Hill, why?
But this was one of the bosses that was like in this DLC that made it into the graphic novel. And graphic it is.
Yeah, I would say so.
So
Must
many
be-
delicious ways.
That
Oh.
that monster looks like it would be quite hard to take care of. Ha ha ha.
Use the soft on him.
Yeah, I was gonna say just give it a soft.
Speaking of Silent Hill, can we talk about what a fucking tragedy it is that Silent Hills got canceled?
For the longest time, I honestly thought it was Konami playing a mindfuck with us, sort of like, oh, psychological horror. We
Oh,
canceled it, but not really. Like, I was in denial that bad.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that, like, oh, maybe that was your theory.
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh no, that's
Doubt.
heartbreaking.
Poor Will pats his head.
Because when did you stop thinking that? Was it when Death Stranding was announced, or?
Well, when was the game supposed to come out again? It was when was it? It was like 2014, I think.
Let's find out.
Talking about PT, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think it was around like when the release date was coming. I was like, okay, they would have at least fucking shilled like some of the advertising already. Like it wouldn't
Yeah.
have.
So
yeah.
PT was released in 2014, so I would assume if that was, it would probably be like 2015, 2016.
Yeah, so it was around that point. It was like it should have come out like within the next week. I was like, okay, they should have advertised it by now. So
Yeah.
unless they
Why
went
did
the
it
same
get
approach
canceled
with
though?
PT,
Anybody know?
falling out with Konami and Kojima apparently.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they never really specified what happened, but yeah, he was just done with them.
Yep. By the way, did you guys ever hear that? Okay, bit of a serious topic here, but you guys heard that I think it was the previous prime minister of Japan was assassinated?
What?
Yeah.
There was a journalist who posted a picture of Hideo Kojima and was like, "This is the assassin."
What?
That's just fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, this
What?
journalist fucking mistaken Hideo Kojima for the assassin.
How does that happen?
I have no idea. I just remember hearing about it. It could be fake for all I know, but like, yeah, it was just a post that I saw on, I think, Twitter and Reddit. But you can't believe everything you read on the internet, of course. So
No, never. Yeah, I always
believe
take everything. It's
let me see. Let me see here.
everything is a certified fact. You heard it here first.
Yes, yes. Everything that we talk about is absolutely true. Journalist mistakes. Kojima for assassin. LA Times. Video game creator Hideo Kojima won't stand for fake news. Fucking hell. What? Oh my god. Yeah, fine, I'll allow ads. God damn it. I hate these sites. I'm not fucking subscribing.
Article sites
Okay.
are actually the worst.
Linking him to Shinzo I'm Shinzo's assassination. Yeah, so apparently if the LA Times reported on it, again, it's possibly fake, but yeah, I don't know. It was just a really like fucked up thing that I had heard of. Anyways, on to a lighter note.
Silent Hill penises.
Silent penises. Penis hills. Oh no.
I find it funny though that the fandom is still desperately like holding on to the idea that Silent Hill will happen again. I mean, I want it to, but I doubt it. Like they for Bluebird Team that when they released a new advert for their Layers of Fear remake, everyone got excited thinking it was Silent Hill. It's like, dude, are you serious?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, just big doubt.
It's kind of like the whole thing. Like if something like horror related comes up, that's usually people's like first initial reaction is, "Oh, this has to be Silent Hill. Has to be Silent Hill." Like I see that all the time now. Like if somebody does something somewhere similar to Silent Hill, people immediately jump the gun if it's like a teaser trailer for something.
I just remembered the guy who designed Pyramid Head said that he wishes that he never designed Pyramid Head.
Masahiro Ito.
Yeah, because I guess like the characters used in like pachinko
Everything.
machines and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Well, it's not even that too. Like he made it as a one-off character, like specifically for one character's suffering, and then it just became a fucking mascot.
Yeah. That's disappointing.
Yeah.
All right, do you guys think it's about time to take a break?
Sure. Welcome back. Today, pretty basic topic, I would kind of say in today's standards. It's basically just what people working from home recently, ever since fucking COVID started. And yeah, like pretty much ever since COVID started, people have been working from home a lot more recently, like I said. The funny thing is that a lot of people actually say that they would much rather work from home and turn around rather than going to an office all the time. I've even heard some circumstances of people saying that if they were forced to go back to the office where they were working, they would actually quit and find somewhere else to work from home instead. So basically, I just want to know if that was something like you guys would want to do. For example, like if you had an opportunity where you could work from home, would you do it?
I would, yeah, I absolutely would. I had one job where I did work from home. However, I wasn't there long. I ended up quitting after about 3 weeks because the job just wasn't for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm actually allowed to say who it was because I had to sign a fucking NDA.
All
But
right, yeah.
fuck this company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Their whole training was basically if you do this, you're gonna get fired. If you do this, we're gonna sue you. If you do this, like that was their training. They didn't train us on what we were supposed to be actually offering services on. It was basically just if you do this, you're gonna get fired.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. So, when I was working for that company, every morning I started vomiting simply because of like the overwhelming anxiety. So like I would wait. There was this one morning during training, I woke up, I threw up, and then I looked in the mirror and my face was I threw up so fucking hard that my face was covered in splotches. Like I had popped so
Ugh.
many blood vessels in my face
Holy
from
shit.
throwing up so violently. And after I quit that job, I stopped throwing up every morning. Like
Just kind of stress related or something like that.
yeah, stress and anxiety.
Hmm.
And like
Cool.
I'd even told them like, "Hey, I'm seeking help for my anxiety, or I'm trying to find out what the hell is wrong with me at the time because I didn't know that it was actual anxiety." Well, I got fucking penalized for that.
Well, what do you mean penalized?
Well, they had an app where if you miss a day, you'll lose points. If you lose a certain amount of points, you're gonna be in trouble. Well, I noticed even though I was keeping in contact with like the supervisors and all that stuff, saying like, "Hey, this is what's going on. I've been told that I shouldn't be working right now while I'm figuring this out." Well,
Mhm.
I noticed that I was steadily losing points, so finally I was like, "You know what? Fuck it. Take the equipment back. I'm not working for a company that fucking does this."
Yeah, no. Like, why would you for such high octane stress? And you got probably like pressing medical concerns and stuff like that. And
And
if they're
plus,
not respecting that, then
the
yeah,
payment was like minimum wage.
yeah. So it's not worth it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Well, I know for myself, like personally, no, I would not want to work from home for a few reasons. I mean, namely, I've heard there's this study that says like you have to be able to differentiate your work life from your home life for like your own psychological health, like your mental health.
That
Mhm.
makes sense.
So I've always heard that it's not a good idea to just work from home. But secondly, working from home, it's just if it's anything like working for, like you said, like people. Sorry, bleh. If it's anything like working for people that like you don't actually meet, like just over the phone, satellite or whatever. I did something similar as just a small time gig, like watering the flowers over at Walmart, and I fucking hated it because there was zero like direct communication, like what the hell I do or if there was any problems, you know?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
So if it's anything like that where it's like I'm not actually able to like physically go talk to someone like, hey, what the fuck's going on here? I'm not a fan.
Yeah, like for personally for my next job, I want to look for something where I'm actually not really dealing with people very often because yeah, I don't like dealing with people.
I'm the same way, yeah. Like that whole stone cutter job that I have now, I literally have an entire side of the building to myself, and
Oh
that's it.
fucking A.
And literally, it's just me operating a line or whatever. Like two guys give me the stone that I need to cut or whatever, and then the foreman of the thing he gives me the paperwork for it, or like the dimensions and what I need to cut and stuff like that. And then other than that, like when it's like jobs that require like hundreds of pieces, I could be sitting there cutting stone all day, and I'd just be by myself all day.
That's awesome.
Sometimes I just say good morning, and that's the only thing I fucking say to someone. Some days it's actually fantastic.
Yeah, that sounds great. Like that sounds like my kind of job, honestly. Like the just being antisocial.
Hmm. I mean, you can choose to talk to people if you want to. Like, there's people within earshot that you could talk to, but
Yeah,
generally, like everybody else is the same in that sense. They just want to sit. They just want to do their work and go home, just like you do.
yeah.
It's the best part about it.
Well, okay, I'm a little bit hypocritical because like I say that like I want a job that I don't have to deal with people, but okay, this is not a job. This is a hobby. God damn it, Billy! I see what you just posted.
The credit card.
um, yeah, it's he just posted a picture of a Yu-Gi-Oh card in a credit card reader. But anyways, yeah, I'm a little bit hypocritical because like I say that I want a job that, or I say that I hate dealing with people, but yet I love streaming.
Well, see, that's a different thing. If you're working with and for people, that's a different thing. But when
Yeah,
you're streaming, you're just kind of hanging out and you're working for yourself in a sense if you're getting paid for it. You're working for yourself. You're your own boss.
yeah,
It's a different atmosphere when you're working like as your own boss in a
yeah.
sense.
No, that's actually a good way of looking at it. Because when you're streaming, you're making your own space.
That's
You're
right.
in charge of it. You're the boss there.
Yeah. You get to pick and choose what you want to do. And that's like the main difference on why people are so fucking miserable when it comes to work, I feel. It's because nobody wants to work. But then, you look on the weekend or something like that, and you're doing the stuff that you want to do, and days just fly by because you're doing what you want to do.
Yep.
And that's why being like your own boss is probably like well, not the easiest thing. It's got its challenges and shit, more than likely, but it just makes sense that you would do what you want to do. That way, you're in charge, and it's
Yeah.
easier for you to do. Because then you get a boss that comes up to you and tells you you want a certain thing done, or that he wants a certain thing done and you don't want to do it. It's 10 times more miserable to do it because you don't want to do it, and then the day drags and
Hmm.
shit like that, right? But for
Yep.
me, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. If I had to sit at home, I would probably, like, I learned last winter and fall, sitting at home all the time, like, it drove me nuts. I'd have to go somewhere, like, even if it's just like to town to get gas for a vehicle or something like that, or get a coffee, or like I'd have to leave at some point to just go and do something. But
Yeah.
then, there's particular like scenarios for me that I would think that, dealing with a boss and shit like that all the time. That
Yeah,
would
that
be a
makes sense.
that would be a scenario where I'd be like, "Yeah, I don't wanna work from home." It's situational for me. I'd much prefer to actually go out somewhere, but at the same time, it'd be nice if I could, be the captain of my own ship in a sense.
I agree. And even then, like if you're working from home, I've heard that it's really good to, on your breaks, just go for a walk.
Yeah.
Or like after you're done your work for the day. Go for a walk, go for a drive, something like that. Just because it kind of it almost imitates the commute to work or to and from work.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels a little bit more like you're not so much working from home. It's a weird like psychological thing. But I've heard that it's really good for your mental health if you're working from home to just like leave the house for a little bit, go for a walk, go do something like that.
Mm-hmm. They'll just sit at home all day. You lose your fucking marbles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I had to ask, honestly. I didn't
Okay.
really come prepared today, honestly.
That's okay. I think today's been kind of weird. Like so for the next couple of weeks possibly, Alpha's going to be away because his computer straight up just fucking died.
Like mine did, probably.
Uh,
Um,
No, Billy. No. No. What the fuck?
um,
He posted a
No, let him see it. Let him see it.
uh Grayson, have you seen it? Can I explain what it is for any
yeah,
viewers?
I'm looking at it. Yeah,
It's a deer with a thick like
it's a
double
deer with a fat
C
ass.
thick fat ass. Yep.
It's a taxidermy deer with a fat ass. Jesus, HP.
Bride of Deer Man.
I feel like okay, just because of like most of our avatars, they're kind of creature related. We are not furries.
No.
Well, okay,
Mine's
Alpha
not
is.
creature related.
No, yours isn't. But okay, Alpha is a furry, but the rest of us, we are not furries. We just
It's
like
funny.
laughing at furries.
It's funny because I have furry friends that I talk to, and when like their friends meet me for the first time, they're like, "Oh, what's your persona?" I'm like, I don't
Deer.
have one." Like, what do you mean? Your name is Deer Man. I'm like, so? That doesn't mean shit.
Have you ever been like,
I'm not-
maybe I
I'm
just
not
like
gonna lie,
hunting
though.
them?
I
I'm
have
not
said
gonna lie
that.
though, I like that they point out that your name is Deer Man, but they can't figure out what your persona is. Like that is, it's in the fucking name. It says Deer. Can't you sort of figure out what the persona is? Assuming
Yeah.
you would have had one, you know.
The process of elimination just isn't there, I guess.
I'm obviously a wolf. No, just like fuck.
I'm obviously a fucking ceiling fan. Get it right.
Ceiling fan.
Ceiling fan. I'm an Apache helicopter. That joke is so fucking old, but so funny. All right, so I've got another thing that I want to talk about relating to Canadian history. So here at the Around the Lantern podcast, we don't like to get political, unless if it's making fun of politics. So I'm talking about the Rhinoceros Party of Canada. Now, I'm not going with like a deep dive on the history or anything. I just want to talk about what their campaign promises were, because these are fucking hilarious.
I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm dumb. What do you mean by Rhinoceros Party? Like, is that their actual name, or am I
That's
just
their
completely?
That's their actual name. They're called the Rhinoceros Party of Canada, or the
Why?
Rhino Party.
Okay, so what did they
Well,
do?
It's the Rhinox from Spyro.
the party claimed to be the spiritual descendants of Kakariko, a Brazilian rhinoceros who was an elected member of Sao Paulo's city council in 1958.
And this is Canadian history, right?
This is Canadian history.
Okay.
So, their campaign promises included things such as repealing the law of gravity,
What?
providing higher education by building taller schools, tearing down the Rocky Mountains so that Albertans could see the Pacific sunset.
This isn't just like a troll group, right?
This is a troll group. Their whole thing was if
Oh,
we
okay.
get elected, we're going to immediately dissolve because we love elections so much.
Fuck.
They wanted to annex the United States, which would take its place as the third territory in Canada's backyard. Ending crime by abolishing all laws.
That's
paving
true as hell, though. You get rid of the laws, nothing's illegal.
Exactly. Paving the Bay of Fundy to provide more parking in the Maritimes. Turning Montreal's St. Catherine Street into the world's longest bowling alley. Storing nuclear waste in the Senate. After all, we've been storing political waste there for years.
Oh, Jesus.
Putting the national debt on Visa.
Oh, shit, yeah. I'm
Banning-
all for these guys.
Banning guns and butter, since both kill.
What the fuck?
Making the Trans-Canada Highway one-way only. Changing Canada's currency to bubblegum, so it could be inflated or deflated at will.
Oh my
Awful.
god.
Counting the 1,000 islands to see if the Americans have stolen any. Those were some of their campaign promises. There's so many more, but this group is just hilarious. I remember in high school, I asked Mr. Bauer because I was in his I think I was in one of his classes, but I forget what the exact class was. I want to say Canadian history. But I asked him, "Hey, do you think we could talk about the Rhinoceros Party?" All that he did was laugh. He just laughed and he was like, "No. No, we can't talk about
that. Yeah, no, not allowed.
But as soon as I said Rhinoceros Party, he just burst out laughing. And that told me one thing. That told me one thing. He wanted to talk about them, but he couldn't.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
That's funny, though.
Fucking amazing. Okay, let me see some of these other ones. Bribe the Weather Network host to announce more sunshine on the weekend and less snow in the winter.
That might work.
God damn it. Ban crappy Canadian winters. Hacks the black market.
Wait, what?
Hacks the black market.
Hacks the black market.
Yep. Transport oil and gas in blimps instead of pipelines. Encouraged by the success of law that now allows motorists to turn right on red light, the party will now allow them to turn left or go straight.
Let's just give them free
not
away.
a red light.
Yeah.
Just completely get rid of red lights.
They should get elected. We should start a movement.
I think they dissolved when their leader died.
Oh.
So
When was that?
well, it says that they were around from 1963 to 1993.
The fact that a joke ran from the fucking 60s until...
Yeah.
My god. We need them back.
Oh, actually, hold on. I think they might be back in some capacity. Hold on a second. Oh my god, I think they're back. Hold on. They're back. The Rhinoceros Party is back. They want to replace teachers on leave with photos of famous scientists.
Oh.
Reduce the number of accidents in factories by wrapping all workers in bubble wrap. In order to fight global warming, we will force all citizens to leave their windows open in the summer and to operate the air conditioning at the maximum. Make sorry the new official motto of Canada. Nationalize bacon.
Nationalize bacon.
Make illiteracy the third official language of Canada.
I'd be part of that movement.
To help victims of identity theft, the Rhinoceros Party is committed to providing a new name and a new date of birth to citizens who request it. Oh, okay then.
You can just change your birthday whenever?
I guess so. To increase the safety of Canadian children, newborns' first names must have at least 12 letters, including a capital letter, a number, and a special character.
Oh my god. You gotta make it a password. Does that mean I can change my name to password then?
I guess so. Or what is it, like XAEA 12?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I fucking love this party. When it comes to the next election, I'm voting for them. I don't care.
Do you think they'll actually, like, run, though?
Fuck, maybe, I don't know. The party, let's see. You can fucking donate to them too. Who the fuck would donate to the Rhinoceros Party? Born in 1963, the Rhinoceros Party of Canada is now 55 years old. Over the years, several movements have emerged in the party promising to abolish the law of gravity, because it is illegal and has never been voted in the Canadian Parliament. Or to abolish the environment, because it costs too much and it's too difficult to maintain. The Rhinoceros Party has always sought to make Canadians laugh while laughing at politicians. In 2019, the Rhino Party is defined as a cooperative of candidates where each candidate can promise what he wants in his riding. Even our supreme dealer Sebastian Co-Rhino invites the candidates. You can say the opposite of what I say, and I will agree with you. I will support you, he says. There is a Rhino platform. Candidates can take the pieces they like and say the opposite of what they do not like. It is important for me to have no party line and not to search to control the message. Anyway, the other parties are already doing it. A liberal or conservative candidate has no right to say anything other than what is written in his candidate's guide. And I've been told that even the Green Party is the same. What's the problem? They're afraid that a candidate will say something crooked and that it will be air on the news. Well, I say to my candidates, be crooked, say it, and anyway, you will not even be on the news. Wow, that was... I could have read that a lot better.
Be crooked, though.
Be crooked. No, I'm probably voting Rhino when the time comes. Yep.
Yeah, so am I. I have never voted in an election period, like anything to do with elections ever since it turned legal. I've never done it.
I voted in the last election, but I'm not saying who I voted for because I don't like getting political unless we're making fun of politics.
Was it the Cat in the Hat? Because I remember that was a big one.
No, I voted for D's Nuts.
Got him!
Fuck.
Remember that guy? Remember that guy in the U.S. who ran as D's Nuts, or he put his name in as D's Nuts, and people could vote for him?
Never.
No, I don't.
That was, I think, during the Trump. Like it was Trump versus Hillary.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think I do remember. Actually, I remember something like that.
Yeah, you could vote for D's Nuts.
Oh my god.
Fucking goofy.
To go off of a subject here, are you guys familiar with Dragon? I mean, it's a stupid question. Of course, you know Dragon Ball, but like, do you watch Dragon Ball at all?
I do not.
I do.
Have you seen the animated short that was completely fan made, Legend: A Dragon Ball Tale, on YouTube?
I haven't watched the shorts of it. No.
It's not made by Toei Animation. It is exclusively like a fan animation. It took them 4 years to make, and holy fuck, if it is not like a masterpiece. It is so good.
What is it called?
Legend: A Dragon Ball Story, or a Dragon Ball Tale.
Legend.
It's from like a small YouTube channel, and at most they usually only got like 25,000 likes or views on their channel. This one is over 6 million now, I believe.
Yeah, I'm seeing that now. 6 million on it now.
Yeah. Oh, it is good. Like, even if you don't like Dragon Ball, Josh, like, watch it. It is so fucking good.
Yeah, I might just have to.
Yeah. No, like, I know that just sounded completely out of the woodwork, but I watched it the other day after what's his name? Moist Critical. He talked about it, and I was like, well, fuck, I gotta see this, and it is really good.
Oh, you know what? I think I do remember him talking about that.
Yeah. No, and like that's exactly where I heard it from. Like, as soon as he said it and showed like that little tiny clip of it, I had to watch it, and it's so fucking good. I know it's just me going ad nauseum saying it's so good, but it is.
Speaking of Moist Critical, I watched his video yesterday. It was like Take My Money or something, where he announced his challenge for doing a deathless Halo 2 lasso run.
How did that go?
Nobody's completed it yet, but he's offering 20,000 to the person who completes it. Well, after watching that, I was like, you know what? I want to try doing just a normal lasso run on Halo Reach. I didn't take into account blind, so I started playing it with the blind skull on. Now, blind gets rid of your entire HUD and your weapon. So that fucking sucked. I didn't even finish the first mission of this fucking lasso run. I want to continue doing it though. I want to see if I can actually finish it. But I did 16 attempts because one of the skulls, if you die, it restarts the entire mission.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So every time that I would die, I would have to restart, and it was just a nightmare. But it was fun. I was having fun doing it because I knew this is going to be one of the most difficult things I've ever tried. But I feel like it's one of those things that it would be a lot easier with another person. But I think that that kind of takes away part of the challenge.
Yeah, because if you're playing solo when you die, it's like guaranteed. But if you're with a teammate, you can at least respawn.
Well, with that skull, if one of you dies, it goes back to the last checkpoint.
Oh,
But if you both die, then it restarts the entire mission.
I see.
Yeah. So, what I did was just to kind of give myself a little bit of an edge. I ended up draping a auxiliary cord over my laptop screen so that I could have at least some kind of a crosshair, so that I would know at least where like the center of the screen is for the bullets.
So you cheated.
Yeah, I cheated a little bit, but it doesn't say that you're not allowed to do that, especially with blind. Like, fuck blind. That
Josh
is
just
the
recreates the entire HUD using duct tape on a screen. Updates his grenade count.
originally I was going to put like a little piece of paper on my screen, but then I didn't want to put tape on my laptop screen. So instead I just took the little auxiliary cord and just draped it over. I made sure that it was like I fired at a rock a few times to make sure that's where the bullet was going, and yeah, I just made sure it lined up.
Did it work though? That's the thing.
It did. I was a lot more accurate with my weapons. But since you don't have a HUD and you can't see your weapon, you have to fire to know which weapon you have equipped.
So, like, you don't even see like the little ambient like hand, like the gun being just held. You don't see
No.
that.
No.
Oh, what the hell?
You don't see the weapon, you don't see anything, just the game. Like, you have no HUD.
Or hands.
You can actually, if you're curious what it looks like exactly, you can go back and see my VOD on Twitch, and it's just the worst. Because I tried so hard. I found out that you can just like run past most of the stuff and contain, and it'll like the other characters will spawn behind you when you get to certain checkpoints. You don't have to like stand around and watch whatever's happening throughout the mission. You can just run ahead. But there are certain parts where you have to fight, which sucks. Yeah, I'm gonna be continuing with the lassos because I want to see if I can do. I don't know if I said this, but lasso stands for Legendary All Skulls On.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah,
Fuck, I've been playing Halo for so long. I actually didn't know what that meant.
yeah. So it's legendary with every skull turned on. Now, the challenge that Moist Critical put out was complete a Halo 2 lasso deathless.
Deathless, okay.
Deathless. You have to take into account the Gravemind level, which is apparently one of the hardest levels in Halo.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to complete the entire game deathless. If you get to the last boss and you die, your run is over. You have to restart from the beginning of the game.
Jesus, that's an investment. Holy hell.
Yeah, but if you complete it, you make 20 grand. Originally the prize was 5,000, but he brought it up to 20,000 because he wants somebody to actually complete this challenge.
Somebody probably will too. Has anybody done it?
He said that there have been 2 people who have consistently beaten the first 2 levels, but otherwise, most people, they can't even beat the first level.
Oh my
The fact
god.
that it's only the first 2 levels, though, that's kind of scary.
Yeah. And then you have to take into account Gravemind, which is near the end of the game.
I feel like you would almost like it would be smart to like use the like you sorry on Halo 2 you can use the level selection, right, to just jump to a certain level.
Yeah, but you have to complete the full game deathless.
Oh no,
You
no, I
can't-
know that, but what I'm
Okay.
trying to say is like you could probably train on Gravemind by just hopping over to that, turning on All Skulls Legendary, and then just chewing through it until you finally get a few deathless runs on that level alone.
Yeah, no, that's one way to do it for sure.
Does it have to be like all in one run, or does it have to be, or can you like split it up?
I
into
think I think it has to be in one run.
I was gonna say for $20,000, it's probably just one run.
Yeah. Because if you split it up, there is the possibility that like you could have cheated in some way.
Mm-hmm.
But what part of it is like you have to stream it because there has to be the VOD that shows you
Okay.
completing the game deathless in one run.
Okay.
You guys have salt lamps?
No.
I used to.
I know that sounds completely random, but I have a salt lamp and it keeps fucking leaking.
Leaking?
Yeah.
Uh
What happens is they sweat if there's too much humidity. And I just checked on mine, and the little paper I have underneath it is like just oily, slick, just disgusting.
gross.
Yeah. Just gonna throw like 8 paper towels underneath it.
Yeah.
Was it
Ugh.
fucking hot out there today? Isn't it? It's like fucking 30 degrees right now.
Yeah, I think we got a heat warning.
Yeah.
I mean, keep in mind, I got 2 giant fish tanks in my house, so. And it's
yeah.
a smaller space.
That doesn't help.
No, not even slightly.
Wait, are you in an actual house or an apartment?
It's a condo.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah. Which is basically just an apartment people buy.
Yeah. Well, my brother's got a really nice condo. I'm not saying where because we're still recording. But
Address. I want the address right now, Josh.
oh yeah, definitely. You know what? Here you go. It's no, I was gonna make a joke, but no.
Just doxes them on the podcast.
Oh jeez. All right, what do you guys think? Is it about time to wrap it up?
Yeah, I gotta get going. Oh, I gotta get ready to get going to work shortly, so probably.
All right. Well, this episode might have been a little bit weaker than the other ones, but still good, I would say.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, have a wonderful day, everybody.
See you later.
Boy.